2021. Yeah. And I was going through a period of, just developing, compositional ideas, and I was very creative during that time. And I was very aware also that there were times that I would leave whatever I'm doing just to sit still and just to, kind of be in my own thoughts, so that whenever a musical idea comes to me or a compositional idea, I'm straight at the keyboard, and luckily in my room, my keyboard is like right next to my bed. And then this one night, this, melody comes to me. I'm thinking, okay, let's just, kind of play it on the piano while the keyboard that I have in my room. And as soon as I heard the melody in my head, when I went to the piano, immediately that harmonic drive was already there, like the... So I heard in my head like... And then, but that was in my head. So when I went to the piano, it's like immediately... And then I stopped there and I was like... I was like, okay, that's cool, but to be honest, I didn't think anything of it, really. I just put it like in the back seat. But it took me months to kind of develop the song, because I was just like, what am I going to do with that musical idea? It's very it moves a bit ambiguously. But once I started developing the song, it has almost become my theme, when I'm trying to kind of use my mind to expand and think broader, and not just be on a linear type of journey. Because I think during lockdown, it was very hard to kind of pick up on that discipline, of that continuation of life, of life's momentum, doing the same things every day, like when we wake up in the morning to get ready for work, we come home from work, we end up in a cycle. And that song for me was like my anthem in a way. And I believe that Mindflight is something that's spiritual, because it's helped me spiritually and mentally, like just going to that composition every time. And I also believe that it's a melody that was given to me, and I don't, as much as I put the song to work, I went to record it, I got people to work with me, and I can't really take the credit for that song, because it's something that God told me, like just do it, just put it out there. I think I took a very long time, because last year, I had to record the song last year already. But, when that's the thing, when God gives you an idea, you just have to make sure, like within whatever time span that you do it, that you, produce it and that you kind of, put it out there once it's ready, use whatever time span. And for me, I'm grateful that I got that, time span to execute the song and then have people kind of receive it and review it, and appreciate that.
I think I found, so I've been sitting on a lockdown form since 2021. I started developing in 2020, 2021 it was finished, and I didn't release it yet because there was something missing.
Yes.
Your song is your song is literally the tempo that it needs. And I'll share what you so then you can watch the film. It's short, but what you will see what it means. So sometimes even me, I'm waiting on something. Like you were waiting for the right time. I was waiting for something that might come along that will fit my film. But I'll share with you, and then you can see if you might say, look, there's a version of Mindflight that might fit your film. But let's talk about your dope photo shoot. You have one of the dopest photo shoots. What inspired it at the airport?
When I had my photographer with me that day, she's like, I also want to do a photo shoot at the airport. And she's like the photographer, and she's like, she also asked me the same question, like, what inspired you to use the airport's aesthetic? And for me, like, just the song, like the title of the song, it just, for me, like, the idea just synced. You know, it automatically synced. I didn't have to think, like, what's the, it's not an album, it's a single. What's the artwork going to look like? And because usually, musicians today, they just go to an artist or they just use like some visual work. But for me, the photo shoot was necessary because I kind of wanted to use photography in a way that tells a story. But also, if I must be honest, for me, the main source of inspiration is one of the pianists that I listen to a lot. And he composed a song based on his, inspiration from being at the airport. So I was like, that's a dope, kind of idea. And I just thought, why not do a photo shoot at the airport, but in a way that is, to the storytelling, like photography or like artwork. So for me, photography is artwork. Like, people can say whatever, or, if you go onto social media, you see lots of people do, normal photography sessions, like when it's their wedding or when it's like a special occasion. But for me, like, photography is so much more than that. It's like, there's so many photos that I see of jazz musicians, like anywhere, just like on some random, like, not even a jazz venue, like maybe some, a visual photograph, someone walking down the street, but it tells a story. It tells a story, and I think a lot of people miss that opportunity to kind of see photography in that light. So,
but your project makes so sense now. And I got it when you got to the IND. I figured out it's Mindflight.
yeah.
On Instagram, because I followed it. It's like,
I felt like I took a lot of time to spell out Mindflight for people. Like, I wanted to do it on a daily basis, like where I, kind of create a build-up.
Yeah, it was a build-up. So when it got Mindflight, and then the photos started coming out, like, that this is dope.
Yeah.
It's one of the dopest I've seen.
You're not just saying that.
No, I never bullshit people. I never bullshit. I'm actually jealous. So after recording your debut release, do you have any advice for up-and-coming artists?
I was thinking the one day I was actually having a conversation with myself, because sometimes I kind of try and document whatever comes to mind. And I thought, the past years I've been at the institution, I've learned, why the institution is the way it is, and why and how it's designed, So I look at a lot of individuals that come to study in the art field or wherever, but mainly in the art sector. And, they're very, outside the university, you'll come across individuals who are very, to their culture and to their heritage, and that's like that serves as the identity, or whatever they pick up on, that make them believe like this is who I am and stuff. And I think many young people don't realize that the university is not, and when I say university, I'm not referring to one university, I mean like institutions in the world, they're not designed in a way to back up individualism in terms of, the university is not designed to really care about, individualism. I hope that's the right context.
No, you are 100%. You are 100%. It's university for a reason. It's to universalize, not individualize. You're right.
And so for me, but when I look at my journey with the institution, like that alone inspires me, because even if I felt on a time where I was not maybe recognized for, who, not for what I produce, but like, my cultural identity. That doesn't matter, because the fact that I use the institution to my benefit, to learn and to utilize what is ever to my disposal. I can confidently say I've used everything that was at my disposal. I used it to my benefit. And it's only when one produce the work that you see yourself producing one day, then can people see and attest, oh, okay, this is her trajectory, and okay, she's actually, I don't do what I do for cultural representation, but it's nice for people to kind of see that and acknowledge that. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm proud of how I went about my journey. And sometimes even, in our work experiences as artists, as creatives, not everybody need to not everybody respects us, not everybody acknowledges us, but we also don't need everybody to acknowledge and respect us. As long as we use what is to our disposal to produce the work that we should and that we see ourselves producing at the end of the day. And I think I had this conversation with my mother. I said, I had it with a friend of mine. I said that, not everyone has to respect you, not everyone has to acknowledge you or love you, but there comes a time where their time is up and they have to pass on their resources and their knowledge, and then you there. For me, that is so important as a young person. Even my sister, she told me on a time, don't burn bridges, and that's a saying that the elderly always tell the young people, don't burn bridges. And for me, it's just about using what is at your disposal, despite circumstances. And I think what I'm saying relates so much to the Bergsig film, because those youngsters, they aren't acknowledged as they should be acknowledged, but they're using everything that they can put their hands to, and they're producing what they want to see in the world. So, yeah.
The sad part is that no South African Film Festival wanted to tell their story. I entered it for Encounters in Cape Town. They rejected the film. Durban International Film Festival, they rejected it. And it's not because of low quality. It's just that the
demographical.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not the first film that I make of it, or of that count. But this suit, one of the best films ever made in South Africa. Hasn't played on festivals. Scenes of Lockdown, Butterfontein was not accepted. So there's a current trend, a specific demographic of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what's next for Kirsten?
I would love for you to put me to more work and, just meet more people who do different things, besides just performing music. Look at the photo shoot that I did. I got to work with a photographer that also, got her, kind of creating with her lens. I'm open to work like with any creative. And for me, this is, I don't really have I do have certain things that I've put in a stamp to, whereas, I have my mission, but on the side, I'm allowing things to be, flexible. I'm allowing myself to experience certain things, also away from, the performance sector, looking at people who are in the arts, field, or are surrounded by the music, ground. So, yeah, I'm open to do literally anything.